Hello. I'd like to share with you some thoughts about the collaborative teaching model, what it is, why we're doing it, why we're embracing this model statewide, and to give you a sense of where we used to be. The old model for student teaching was one teach, one observe, with the student teacher eventually taking over the class exclusively by herself or himself, and the teacher of record sitting in the back of the room. I did this myself. I sat in the back of the room while a student teacher took over, and I cringe at the thought of how I could have been working with students side by side in tandem with my student teacher. We now think of student teaching as a collaborative approach, a partnership in learning, and this is modeled after the medical model. When you think about a student doctor would be an intern or a resident. They don't observe a process and then go ahead and start seeing patients and diagnosing or going in and operating, but rather it's a team approach with one goal, and the goal is that the patient must thrive, the patient must do well. We now know that education is just as complex as the science of teaching is just as complex as the medical science. And when you compare the two, the medical model, they see one patient at a time, and they're able to ask, well, what hurts? Most of the time they get help from the patient. Well, in teaching, we don't have one student at a time, and we're not always able to ask a student, well, what are your barriers to learning? That would be wonderful. But we have 25 students in the classroom, and it's up to a team of teachers to know this child, know the whole class, what their learning styles are, and what are those barriers to learning. And that is a very complex process that requires a team approach. The state of New Jersey is adopting this whole approach to collaborative teaching. And I'm going to paraphrase our Commissioner of Education, Christopher Surf, in a memo to school superintendents, school administrators. This was last year, April 2012. He highlighted the collaborative teaching model, and I'm kind of paraphrasing what he said because it was a long letter. But basically, he said the team approach to student achievement offers the cooperating teacher and the student teacher opportunities for small group instruction, one-on-one work with struggling students, and this is in total alignment with the Achieve NJ, new teacher evaluation process. Finally, schools and teacher prep programs all have the same target, one goal, and the goal is student achievement, and you as a student teacher are part of that alignment with the focus on student achievement. So go out and do wonderful things. Thank you.